headset. I need that. So that's first check. Headset, check and working. Mic, check and working. Yep, yep. All right, let's see if it's working on YouTube. Yes. So now let's get chat. There we go. There we go. Hurrah! Hello. Hello, everybody. Things look like they're working. So we are here. Welcome, welcome. All right. While those notifications get sent out, I will start putting stuff on our list. Welcome in, welcome in. So, let's see, our vibration from last week is 934. So that's the first thing we will look at. 934. And then I did want to talk about Future new album, The Real Me. And we don't listen to it here, so don't worry about having to hear it again. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. And what else? Oh, I wanted to talk about October 2026 and hip hop. Yeah, yeah. There's some interesting information in there. We're not gonna listen to it again though. We've listened to it enough. Oh yeah, the link tree. Let me see if I can get that in there. For October 2026, this is Jay-Z in LA. Okay. So, thank you for the reminder, Judy. Let me open up our space first, and then I will go and grab the link tree for the chat. So let's see. There it is. Oh, I love this screen. It just makes me so happy every time I see it. So here we go, opening up our space for all of the vibrations and energies to flow in smoothly, for us to get the messages that we need to get, and to be able to feel comfortable in having the discussions that we need to have. So, welcome to Vibrant Numerals. Welcome to my sacred temple opportunity space. Welcome to healing with laughter, joy, peace, contemplation, and discomfort. Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. Huzzah! Oh, welcome! Hi, Josh! Thanks for being here. Oh, good work, Josh. You're the winner today. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. I'm going to go grab the link tree real quick. Oh, hi, Cousin B. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. I have not figured out how to be able to put the link tree into YouTube through Restream yet. I was being so fancy using Restream, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but I don't know that I know what I'm doing. So let me see if I can get our link tree in there. Oh, and while I do this, let me know what else we need on our list. What else do we need on our list? Thank you, Judy. I am trying. It's going pretty well. I actually really like Restream. Um, Especially for those dual streams. So, that part's good. Let's see. Okay, so let me put this in here. Put this right here. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then we are going to pin it. Oh, I'm so good. Huzzah to me! I did it. Oh, yes, I do have. I think I wrote them down. I know I wrote them down. Now, if they're near me is a different question. Yeah, yep, yes, I have them. Yes, I have them here. Of course he is. That's fine. All right. So then, we have this. We'll get these in here. And okay. So there we've got that. And then we'll do this week's random number. So our weekly number. Great. All right. Okay. So to start with, every single week we spin our random number wheel and we get a number, a vibration that we are going to be looking out for all week long. And this is to help us be able to start being aware of the vibrations that are around us and making sure that we are using our awareness of the energy and vibrations that are around us to intentionally use that energy and use our energy and build our energy. So, one thing that I have said before, but I don't think I've said recently that's really important is that there is an energy shift everywhere. Like the whole earth, like the whole solar system is having this energy shift where the vibrations in the energy are going to like a higher vibration. They're moving faster. That's why the time feels like it's moving faster. And because of this, it's really important for us to be aware of the vibrations and energy that are around us and our own energy and vibrations. But also, we have to begin to learn new ways of working with energy and vibration, our own, and the energy and vibrations that are around us. Because there's going to be things that have worked in the past that may not work now. So, like, for example, where we were able to use affirmations, where we were able to just repeat those affirmations, see the affirmations, that may not work as well anymore, because now we need to understand what those vibrations are that we're actually putting out into the world, so that we can be intentional with the affirmations that we're using. Don't know why I needed to say that, but I guess it was important. So I did. So, our weekly numbers are one way to help build that awareness of the energy and the vibrations around us. So then we can begin to look at how we need to work with them differently. Essentially, we've been in kindergarten, in energy school, and now we are getting promoted to first grade. So we're still babies, but it is a different level of what we need to learn and apply. All right. So, all that being said, our vibration that we were looking at last week was this 934. And we could have seen it as a time, because 934 could be as a time. And we would be looking for the numbers themselves, but also the themes that are held within this vibrational story. So 934, this 4 is our first step. So just as a reminder, and for anyone that hasn't seen it before, when we are writing down numbers and even symbols that we're using to represent the vibrations, we write them down left to right. But when you're reading the vibrations, you read them to read the vibrational story. You read them from right to left. So the first vibration in this 934 vibrational story is this 4. So the first theme is around this foundation and the stability. What is the stability or the foundation that is being examined? And then it takes us to this 93, which is acting pretty much together. 3 is growth, and 9 is ending a cycle. But 93 together is the numeric vibration of the planet named Saturn. And Saturn is all about structure and responsibility. So here these themes are going together, where we're looking at the structures of our foundation, the stability of the structures that we are building. And these structures they can be physical, but most often they're like our foundational morals or ethics, our foundational thoughts and ideas that we build off of. And so then we have these set of themes that are working together, and it's bringing us to the 16, where the 16 in the tarot is the Tower card. And so here again is this theme of foundation and stability and the structures that we're building, where the Tower is a warning that those foundations that you think are steady may not be. And you need to examine them and be prepared for the towers to fall. So that is our vibration from last week. And we will get another one at the end of today. We'll spin our wheel and get another one. All right, so there we go. So we'll cross this off. I think I saw there was another number to add here. Yep. So 9479. Okay. So let's see. What should we do first? Let's go ahead and look at Future, the Real Me, because there's actually a bigger conversation there. So what we're going to look at is what is the vibrational base of this album. So without listening to it, like, even though we've listened to it, mostly with others multiple times, not on my own. But what we do to see the vibrational base is we look at the artist themselves. So we have Future is the artist. We will put over here on the side that he also goes by Pluto. We look at his birthday, so we can look at his life path number, and that's gonna give us the vibrational base of like where are these vibrations that are being shared originating from, because it starts with him, and then we add in like the title of the album that he chose. We could also add in any features, but we know on this one there are no features, which is been a big talking point. But we can also add in any of the actual song titles and be able to look at those vibrations. What we're going to do today is just look at his vibrations and the vibrations of the album itself, like overall, because you should see those vibrations throughout the album. So, Future's birthday is November 20th, 1983. And so when we are getting a life path number, we first add up the digits of the year. So here we add up 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3. And that gives us that 21. And then we can add the day, and we could add the numerical version of the month. And so then this means that his life path number is, make sure, yeah, 52. And we've seen this 52 come up before, actually a number of times. And 52, if we add up the 5 and the 2, it gets to a 7. So it's interesting that his life path number, it's really letting us know that he is actually supposed to be, he's supposed to be giving information or representing vibrations around the heart and the heart space. But remembering that this is a neutral vibration. So it doesn't mean that it's just the positive, the love and all that stuff from the heart. It also includes anything that would be perceived as negative. So having this 52 vibration here, it is looking at what are the potential divisions within the heart, because 2 is the ending of divisions, and you can't end a division if you don't know it's there. And by knowing and ending those divisions, then a change can be made. So he's supposed to be going through. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised myself, and also Rumple, especially with his topics of choice. um, yes, yeah, yes. It's also Earth. So it's looking at what are these divisions that are happening in the heart or on the earth space, and how to be able to end those divisions and create a change. And his vibrational contribution is supposed to be around this 7, where this 7 is this perfect combination of masculine and feminine energy. It's this working with action and flow together. So action in flow. So it's being able to take action, but in vibrational flow, where it's at the right time, at the right place, and in the right way. And so he's supposed to be able to contribute to letting people or being an example of what that looks like. But again, remembering that this is a neutral vibration. So it's how to do this correctly, but also it could be how not to do it. And so that's where we have to keep that in mind. So when we have these different observations of the music that he's putting out, and is it action and flow, like is it at the right time in the right way, or is it not, but also is it a good combination of feeding both the masculine and the feminine energy? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you and your perspective. Because we're not talking about mine right now. Maybe later. So then the other vibration is the name. And so all of us have this life path number, and we have our name vibration that are part of our core vibrations. Those are the vibrations we use to interact with all other energy and vibrations outside of us, which includes other people, which mostly is other people. And so it's important to really know those about yourself if you are going to move through the world in your most authentic way. So if we use, I still don't know what side it's on. Which side is it? This side or this side? Side 1 or side 2? I don't know. Which side is it? I think it's side 2. Was this side 2? All right, forget it. But anyway, if we use our code book that we have over there, to be able to get the vibration of his name, when we take all of those letters and turn them into numbers, we get, oh, let me get a different color first though. We get 91, which then goes to a 10 and a 1. So because we are in a 10 year where 2026 adds up to 10, oh, okay. Thank you, Rumple. Thank you. That's helpful. Because this is a 10 vibration and 2026 is a 10-year, it means that his vibration can be louder this year. So anything that he does put out into the world, it can be amplified and heard and received much louder than maybe another year. Oh, hi, Embrace Your Wellness. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. The other thing that I think is kind of interesting is that 91 is the numerical vibration of the word mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the greatest of them all? And so I just think that's interesting that his name resonates with the word mirror, where all of our greatest lessons we learn from the reflection of ourselves we see in others. Ooh, bars. I might have to remember that one. So somebody wrote it down. Okay, good. It's on the it's on the recording. I already forgot it, but it was good. But he has this mirror, and at the same time he has this vibration of heart. So he is, in a sense, a reflection of his heart. Or, and actually not or, but and, because it's neutral and it can go both ways, he sees the reflection of his heart in a lot of his work that he does. And if he chooses to express that and allow it to be seen, then we'll get to see like what's going on in his heart space in his work. But we all have free will, whether it's our vibration or not, and all of the vibrations are neutral, so it encompasses everything that we can perceive as positive and negative. So he could also choose to try and just show us a mere image of his heart. Or a mask over the mirror, like a curtain over the mirror, like an illusion of his heart. So that's pretty interesting, I think. I do think. Let's also real quick look at yeah, Rumple, right? That's so funny. Let's look at Pluto. Because he uses the name Pluto. He has since the beginning of his career. And so Pluto, when we use our chart, I hope this is right. I think. No, I don't think that's right. It's this side. I don't know. I forgot already. Okay, I'm sorry. Pluto is 84. Oh, we could get a different color here. Pluto is 84. So it definitely has a different vibration than the 10, where the 10 is really highly resonant with 2026. But this 84 is a 12 vibration, which is a change in perspective. So when he's switching between these names, he's actually also switching between the vibrations that he's putting out into the world. And that can actually make some things kind of confusing. Where we've seen before, like we've talked about how Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar and like Tyler the Creator have used different personas or different names to change the way that a song feels, or that his artwork their artwork feels. that's where you would intentionally change that vibration of your name in order to change the vibration of the art that you're putting out into the space. But when you have it where it's here, where sometimes it's future, sometimes it's Pluto, it's, I think, switching without that intention. And when it switches without that intention, then that can make things confusing. That can make it feel like parts of your artwork. So like part of the album is one person and part of the album is somebody else, and is not and neither are fully yourself or authentic. What are you talking about? Okay, I gotta get in the chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're distracting me, but it's great. I like it. So, for now, I think what we'll do is we will stick with future, because then our next step that we need to do is we need to take his name vibration, which is 91, plus his life path number of 52. Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. And this gives us 143. So this is the vibration that is woven into everything he does, because it's part of his core vibration. It's how he's interacting with the world around him. So when we get into a creative space, our personal core vibrations are always going to be part of it. And then what we're trying to convey or express through our creativity is us trying to use our core vibrations to latch on to other energy and vibrations that are coming in the form of an idea and expressing them through the work that we're doing, through our creativity. So our core vibrations are always in everything that we do. Every conversation that we have, every creative thing that we put together and we create, it's all going to still be there. All right, so with this 143, and we see here again, so let me move this up a little bit, where 3 is about growth. But what is really catching my eye is this 14, because 14 is representative of like a mix of energies. And it's usually a mix of energies that do not actually come together, but they both exist in the same space. So this is reminding me of what I just said about that name, and being switching between that name in a way that is not intentional. Like both future and the future identity and the Pluto identity live in that same space, and they're not really mixing together. But he has that also here, just when we use future with his life path number. So it's like what he is seeing in the mirror doesn't always mix with what is being shown or held in his heart. So that's just part of his life lessons as he works through. But we will see that and feel that in all of his work. So in everything that he gives us, we're going to experience those vibrations. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the album itself. Who is singing weird songs? I'm not even gonna sing what somebody is singing or put in my head. I think it's Josh because Josh has become the expert at getting songs into my head. So this album name is The Real Me. Yeah, I knew it, Josh. I knew it. It's become like your best pastime. You're like, oh, it's a pastime adventure. So the album name is The Real Me, which is interesting in thinking about this conversation we just had about his name and how this back and forth between what he's seeing in the mirror and what's in his heart, and going back and forth between Pluto and Future being his name, or the name that represents him. Um, Now you have, okay, the real me. So who is the real me? Then this album came out on July 10th, 2026. So first thing I want to point out is, I need to move this up, is we have the tens here again. So it's the 10th, and then when we add up 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, we also get 10. And remember that his name, Future, is 91, which is also a 10. So that means this was a huge opportunity to amplify everything that he was saying and to bring a spotlight to what he was putting out into the world. So if we then add the July here, so now it's 7 plus 10 plus 10. It goes to, actually it equals, I like to put the equal sign in here, 27, which then will go to a 9. So this date specifically, it is an ample time for an ending of cycles. Cycles are anything that we have continuously done. So our thought patterns, our behaviors, our way of being. Oh, hi, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you could make it. And so this is really interesting that this date is amplified with these two tens, but it also goes to this 9 where it's an end of cycles. So before hearing this album, um just getting the vibrations from the day, this would be a day where you would expect to see something different. Something different emerging. So ending the way some things were done, so that something new can come into the place. And especially because with these tens, that new energy really wants to come into the space. What? Oh my gosh, stop. That's funny. So let's look at the title itself, and let's see. So, trying to see if it's worth it to break this into different pieces. I think so. So when we just look at the two words real me. So me is actually resonating at 18. And then real is at a 36. So here's another 9. But these two together is a 54. And 54 is the numerical vibration of the word love. And we were just talking about how here with his life path number of 52, that there is this vibration of the heart that's here in this space, in his core vibrations. And so it's interesting that now we have that resonance of love with the heart here. When we add the word the, so the word the is 33, and actually we will see this soon, because this week we have on Thursday on the My Word is Bond series that we're doing. 33 is also the numeric vibration of the word name. And so when we add the here, this vibration, it's really giving ownership like a name would. So it's the real me. It's not any real me, it's the real me. And so that's the vibrations that are within this space. When we take 54 plus 33, we get 87. And 87 is the numeric vibration of the word truth. So when you exclaim that this is the real me, you are putting out the vibration of truth. But that means that if any part of what you are putting out into the world behind this name that isn't true, it'll be seen as not true very, very clearly. It'll be seen as inauthentic. But any of the parts that you put out that are true and are authentically you, it will resonate louder as true to who you are. And it's so interesting because when I look at the vibrations of this album, it very much is like it's like it's kind of like when somebody takes on a new identity. Like if somebody you knew from the time that you were young, somebody you grew up with, and then they moved away for college or life, whatever, because, life. And then you see them again 10 years later, and you're like, oh, parts of who you are who I remember, but there's a lot that is different. and some of that's different. It does match with what I remember, and then there's other parts that are different that don't necessarily match. It's not what I expected. So I could be surprised by the unexpected. And this then takes us back to his other name. Stop it. Go away. Of Pluto. Because Pluto is the planet of transformation. So if you are assuming the name Pluto, you are taking on this energy and these vibrations of transformation. Transformation in the sense that it is a change that you cannot come back from, where you go from being a caterpillar to a butterfly. So we would expect this transformation to happen. But what can happen, and what may have happened for some people in this case, in listening to this album, is that this transformation is too far from what you knew. So you're looking for the caterpillar and you got the butterfly. And it may not be that you don't like the butterfly, it's just not what you expected. But all of that energy, all of that vibration, it's all built in here. So this is already telling this huge vibrational story. So let's add these together. So, hey, that was rude. That was rude. Whiteboard. All right, so then let's take this 87 for the title of the album, plus the life path number of the album itself, so what it's resonating at with the 27, and we'll add those together, and we get 114. Forgot a one. There we go. 114. So here again is this 14 of this mix, where it's something about it is like there's multiple components here that just aren't, they are meant to be there, they're represented there, but they're not mixing. They're not coming together, they're just staying as like oil and vinegar, where they're both needed, they both exist in that space, but they are just a mix. You have to mix. It has like the label on it that you have to shake well before use. So before going into this album, it really may be that you need to know that there's a mix there, that you have to mix these identities and mix these things before being able to take it in. This is interesting. Oh, okay, here's something else. So then the other thing is this 114 is the numeric vibration of the word the tower. So of the phrase the tower. And all year long we've been getting this tower message with 16s, but also with this phrase the tower, that some of the things that we have been standing on and thinking was a solid foundation are falling away. Things are changing. They're transforming. We talked about yesterday how Pluto has actually been in retrograde since last year. But Pluto recently moved into Aquarius. So its energy is very loud right now. It's asking for transformations to happen. And then, along with Neptune being in Aries, it's asking for there to be a falling away of identity. The illusions of identity are falling away. So, what it's kind of reminding me of is last year, I think. Good gracious, last year? Yeah, last year. um Last year I did a couple of video series on I am who I am. And you know what? Let me grab, I just remembered. I never know why. But I already got this image. Oh, this is funny. Okay. Um so in those videos, we talked about how this phrase, I am who I am, actually had the vibration 23, which is the vibration of I am. So I am is 23, not 23 years old. That's its vibration. And so this phrase, I am who I am, has 4 of these identities within it. And basically this messaging was talking about how we have these 4 parts of ourselves that we have to reconcile with, and we have to figure out how to get them to mix to be our most authentic self. So you have the I am, and this is who you put out to the world. This is how you want everybody to see you. This is the identity that you want to be seen. But down here, we have the I am not. You cannot know who you want to be seen as or who you want to be without knowing what you don't want to be seen as. But this I am not is still part of you. You still have to reconcile with that there are parts of your identity that people aren't just, they're not going to like. And that you may be uncomfortable with showing them to the world. This has come up and has reminded me of this because not only is it identity, but also it's like here in the middle, this phrase, I am who I am, is like a big old mirror. So, and remember, future, the name future is 91, which is the same as the word mirror. This is an M. And so this means that your I am, the identity that you put out to the world, that you want everybody to see you as, is actually a mirror image of who you don't want anybody to see. And the only way you're going to be able to put out your most authentic identity is by accepting both of these. So this is this back and forth. It's this back and forth of these identities exist within us. They exist within future. And are we getting a mix of these, or are we getting a fusion of these? Because your most authentic identity is going to be a fusion of all 4. but we always are walking around with a mix. So these could be contained in the same identity, but not seen as part of each other. So just to then reiterate so that you get it all. And there are, I do have a playlist of I Am Who I Am that has the videos that explain all of this even more, if anyone's interested. But you also have I Am of God. So this is the part of your identity, the part of yourself that is representative of your connection to a higher power, a higher energy, the universe, earth, whatever it is that you are connected to, in relation to I am all, which is how you're connected to everybody else in this space, in this world. Now, the I am of God does not mean that you have to believe in any God or have a spiritual or religious identity. It's just the part of us that comes from the universe. Like, we can't help that. Because we all are stardust, and to stardust we will return. But also, this I am all, it does not mean that you have to be friends with everybody. Because, ew. Life doesn't work that way. But it means that you are just recognizing that you are part of this larger vibrational story, this larger vibrational tapestry that includes everybody. And that what you do and the vibrations that you contribute are going to affect everybody, whether you know it or not. And so this makes me think again about some of the lyrics that are used and what are the vibrations that are being put out into the world and how that impacts others. And also recognizing that this I am of God, so this part of us that is directly from the universe, is a reflection, and it is seen within how we are connected to all others. And whether we like it or not, we have to accept those parts of our identity. That's fine. No, and I think you're right, Rumpel. Not everybody, and really not many people at all, deserve the details of your authenticity. They don't deserve the details of those parts of your identity. But you can be a private person and have people feel the authenticity of who you are without you revealing any private information. So, that's great. Okay, wait. I'm reading that. Let me get water and read the chat at the same time. Mm. Too bad, Rumpel. They feel you. They're touching your soul and you're touching theirs. Oh, funny. Oh yeah. Yes, thank you, Rumpel. Yeah, I do need to post that playlist. I can put it with the description of this live. Too funny. Too funny. Yes. Yes, exactly, LT. You got it. So where within, yeah, how is this being expressed is very cool. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything good because you always have good stuff, even if it's a good giggle. mm. Mm-hmm. I knew there was good stuff up here. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So it's really interesting that we have this album coming from Future at this time also because hip hop itself is right at that huge transition point. Let me see. I don't know that I have the Divine Triangle here and ready. Let me see. Nope, I don't think so. So I will just draw it. Because we all love my drawings. So this is actually timely. Not just because it is a 10 year and he has all those 10 vibrations in there. But the Divine Triangle is we have our core vibrations of who we are. So that would include our name and our life path number and a bunch of other stuff. And we use those core vibrations to go through the world and collect experiences and grow our energy, grow our vibration. And so we have a youth phase and we have a power phase and we have a wisdom phase through life. And this is not just for individuals, it's for cultures, it's for countries, it's for groups of people. You can look at it for families as well. And so the youth phase goes from the time you're born at 0 all the way to 27. And as you're working through the youth phase, this is where you are building your identity. So this is where you are starting to recognize these 4 parts of yourself and starting to build your identity around them. So these I am not, I am of God, and I am all. Then we get to this power phase. And this is where, so from 27 all the way to 54, we are traveling around this power phase. And this is where your identity is being strengthened. But it's being strengthened by tests. This is like these tests that are, is this who you really are? This is like that test of like, oh, you found a wallet in the gutter. Do you return the money or not? It says something about your identity. It's these tests to really strengthen who you are. So it gives you more trust and confidence in who you are during this time period. Future, born in 1983, but in, I forgot where, what I knew, remembered the year. November. So he hasn't had his birthday yet. So he is 42. That's weird to say. Future is 42. So Weird. 42 is right here. So he is in this stop it, Ruffle. He is in this power phase where he's been going through this, needing to strengthen his identity and these tests that are happening. And who are you really? Hi, Koala. Thanks for being here. Hi, everybody. I love you too. Have a good live. Oh my gosh. You caught me out here like revealing Future's age. Oops. Told all his business. My bad. Oh gosh, that's funny. But he's here. Future is here where his identity is being strengthened. So there are all of these tests, these trials and tribulations to try and say, is this who you are really? Is this authentically who you are? And it's interesting because hip hop is right here. So next month, hip hop will turn 53. So in August. But it's currently 52. And so hip hop is also in this time period of having to strengthen its identity of who is hip hop, what parts of the identity are actually going to get burned away by the fire of these tests, and what's going to actually remain afterwards. The other thing that's interesting is that, and this keeps coming up, I knew it was going to be an important topic, but right in here, and it includes this year, is this Chiron return for hip hop. So this is when you're having to be faced with the wounds. So we have wounding of just who we are from our life experiences. Like the family that we're born into, the skin and the body that we're born into, can receive wounds for no other reason but for, where you were born and who you were born to and what body you were born into. But this is the point in life. So between the ages of 50 and 53 is when everybody has to face these wounds. You have to face the wounds that have been inflicted on you, but you also have to face the wounds that you've inflicted on others. And so we see hip hop is coming to an end of this period where the last 3 years hip hop has had to reconcile with what wounds has it inflicted, but also what wounds have been inflicted on it. And we see Future is also coming up to this point. And so part of preparing for this time of having to face these wounds is who is walking into that space to deal with those wounds. Because we have clear views of people that are way past this point, like late 50s, that still have not reconciled with not only the wounds that they have, but also the wounds that they've inflicted on others. But what we have seen in hip hop and what we see pretty regularly is that those that do not take this time to accept responsibility for the wounds they've inflicted so they can step into their most authentic self, it gets revealed later. It never goes unnoticed. the illusions get pulled away. And so this is an interesting timing for this to be happening, because in hip hop, it's getting to the end of this power phase. What comes after power is wisdom. And in this wisdom phase, it goes from 54 all the way back around here to 81. And in this wisdom phase, you're working your way around and you are sharing your identity. This is legacy building. So hip hop is in the space right now where it is really having to weed people, artists, ideas, thoughts, and behaviors out, because it doesn't want it to be highlighted in its legacy. It's always going to be there because it is part of who it is. It's that I am not. It's going to be part of the legacy. But this time of wisdom is when you're really figuring out and displaying what is the legacy that you want to leave behind. You leave behind history regardless. So all that has happened before this, you're going to leave that behind as the history of who you are. But that's not legacy. Your history is not your legacy. It could be part of your legacy, but it's not your legacy. Your legacy is what you leave behind for others to build upon. And so in 2027, next year in August, is when hip hop will shift into this wisdom phase. This is the shift that we are feeling. And so hip hop is having to, through this Chiron return, especially because hip hop's Chiron is in Aries. And Aries is the sign of I am. It's where our identity sits. So these wounds are not just wounds, generally. They are wounds of identity. So what wounds have impacted the identity of who hip hop is and who it'll be and what that legacy is that's being built, but also what wounds has it inflicted that are tarnishing its identity and the legacy that it wants to build. That's all getting reconciled now. So this is why we see from Future this proclaiming this is the real me, the stepping into the identity, the preparing to go into the wisdom space. His soul knows that in a few years, he's going to have to reconcile with the wounds that he's been carrying around, but also the wounds that he's inflicted on others. So he'll have to be prepared to be able to go into that Chiron return. But those of us that are younger than hip hop, yes, I'm younger than hip hop. Jeez. Heard you think that. That's rude. Those of us that are younger than hip hop can actually look at hip hop as an example for us, to help us move through that Chiron return space, and prepare to go into wisdom. So I think whether you liked all of or parts of or none of this album that Future has put out, if nothing else, it is a really good way to start seeing where seeing some of these examples within hip hop to help us along our own personal journeys of identity. So, very interesting. All right, I got to go into the chat and see what you have to add because I know there's some jokes in here. I was mixed with some good stuff. Oh my gosh, you all are hilarious. What? Washing a wallet? What? Mm-mm. I forgot I said that the wallet was in the gutter. That's hilarious. Oh, that's too funny. I'm glad I didn't see that at the time because I would have started laughing so hard I wouldn't have been able to finish. Oh my gosh, Josh. The wallet was yours the whole time? Oh my gosh. You all are hilarious. I love it. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Right, LT? I bet. Because, so funny. All right, let me get to a little bit more water. Mm, okay, so that was interesting. That was a good one. Doo-doo-doo. So, let's look at these numbers that we got from Judy. Next. Oh, come on. I was doing so good being fancy. What? It's not going to select any of that, is it? No. That's rude. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, oh, you're seeing a trend in my list? Come on now, Rumple. We don't deal in patterns here. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Did it get it? Okay, I think it got it this time. Morning. Move on down the road. All right, let's see if we actually got him. My gosh. Rumble. I mean, mm, eh. I think it kind of always has been that if you um, can sing or rap or have some kind of extraordinary talent, even like the athletes, it doesn't matter what you look like anymore. Oh, oh, okay, Josh. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, so here we go. Um, hmm, interesting. All right, so I think we're gonna split this into two sets. Well, we'll look at this set together, and then there's something going on with this last one here that is all on its own. Oh my gosh. You guys. All right. So let's see. So just like with the decimal points, when we have a time, we treat these as two separate vibrations that are kind of working together in the same space, but they're not necessarily part of the same vibrational story. So we are going to look at it this way. Oh, something else that's coming up. So, for anyone that is here listening to this message, that highly resonates with the Bible, these could be chapters and verses. For what book? I don't know. It feels like I'm supposed to say, so I'm going to say it. Whatever book you are focused on right now. I don't know what that means. Maybe you'll find out tomorrow at church. But whatever book you're focused on now, these can be chapters and verses within that book that you need to look at deeper. And make sure that you are using a concordance. Wow. That was like a really personal message for somebody. Feels like more than one somebody. But it's yeah, it's going to be really important to use a concordance because the bigger message is deeper within the vibrations of the words themselves. So it's not just what the verse is saying on the surface, it's also like, like how the parables have a deeper meaning. So it's not just what's being said on the surface, it's what's deeper in. Okay. Okay. Okay, so moving on. You can take this message along with what you find. So this will give you some information also. The first thing is these standalone vibrations, these single vibrations, where we have 2 4s here and then this 3. Where 4 is about stability and foundations, but it's both the positive, or how we would perceive it as positive, but also the perspectives that we would have of it being negative. So it's stability, but also feelings of instability. It's foundation, but it's also the examination of foundations that may not be holding strong anymore. So those 4 seem really important. And then if we add these just single ones up, we get an 11. So there's something happening within stability. It's because there's 2 of these 4s here. It's like one of them is displaying and representative of what is stability, what is stable, and the other one is pointing out where there is instability, and recognizing the difference. because this can prevent you from growing the way that you want to grow. And so then this 11 is about division. Yeah, so what we can do, Rumple, is we can add up these single digits to get part of the message, and then we can add up these double digits on the other side to get part of the message, and then we can also add these together to get another part of the message. Like this is 29, this is 37, and then this is 40. And then sometimes we'll add those up, but not very often because we usually get more information about what's happening, like in that vibrational story, by looking at these separately. Did that answer your question? Does that make sense? I hope so. um, okay, great. So this 11 is about division. And so if you are flip flopping back and forth between not knowing what is stable and what is unstable. So if we think about like standing on a surface. If you're standing on a surface where you could fall, um it's really important to know if it's stable and when it's unstable. What's making me think of is like when you would see in the TV shows or the movies, because I never did it myself, where it would be like in a barn or in an older house, where you had to make sure to walk on the beams in the attic because in between the beams was only insulation and you could fall in between. What movie was that? Was that Jumanji where they fell through the roof? Like the first one. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. I'm sure you all know. Josh knows. Um and so it's if you're constantly going back and forth trying to decide, is this a safe place to step or not, it inhibits your growth. Oh, you're at your family reunion? Well, tell all of your family hello. Thank you for stopping in. It's good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry you hate it. But we're glad you stopped in. I know you were going back and forth whether you were going to attend or not. So these first ones are really talking about knowing what is stable within your foundation. And our foundation of are like our thoughts and our behaviors and like our morals and our ethics of like this is what I'm building on. Who I am is building upon this. But if you're constantly going back and forth about what's stable and what's not stable within the foundation of who you are, then you can't grow. Very telling. On this other side over here, we have all of these threes. So this side is speaking a lot about the growth that is meant to happen. But remembering that every single vibration is neutral. So it encompasses everything that we would perceive as positive about that vibration and everything that we would perceive as negative about that vibration. And so that means this growth can go in a bunch of different directions. Is our growth in the forward, upward motion that we would want it to be, where we're growing to be, I don't know, the person that we want to be? Or are we stunting our growth? Or are we going into the opposite direction? We then have this 25 that is adding up to 7. And we have a 7 right here. So this growth is really about the actions that you're taking and if they are in vibrational flow. So taking actions in vibrational flow means that you are intentional in the way where your actions are at the right time and in the right way so that they are flowing with ease and they are actually helping your growth. But taking action at the wrong time or in the wrong way can make your growth either be stunted, where it's not happening at all, or going in the opposite direction from where you actually want it to go. And when we add these up, we get 95, which is, let me just check and make sure. Because, it's good to check sometimes. Yep. I knew it. I should have just trusted myself. But 95 is the numeric vibration of the planet named Neptune. And Neptune is the planet of illusions and dreams. So this means that this energy of Neptune is able to both build up our dreams for what we want, like what we want to actually grow into. But it also can point out and dissolve illusions where you're trying to show yourself to be somebody that you're not. Neptune will reveal it. Neptune will show you who you are. I don't know where that came from, but that's what's happening here. So we have this division that's happening around what's stable, what's safe, and what's not, and that preventing our growth. And at the same time as needing to understand how the actions that we are taking or not taking are creating this energy of potential illusion. And are we pulling away the curtain on the illusion, or are we helping to build it up even more? We also have been talking about this Neptune retrograde. But we'll put here retrograde, where retrograde is just the energy moving in a different way. So we get different perspectives. So this new perspective is what could help pull the curtain away from this illusion. But being in Aries means we see Aries again, where it's that area of I am. It's the identity. So not only are we dealing with is this safe or not safe, and does this back and forth of not knowing preventing our growth and causing division is happening within your identity. So all of this growth is around your identity growth. And needing to understand if it's stable or not, and also what actions you're taking and in what time to be able to achieve that growth as well. Interesting. Also, if we take this 11 plus our 95, we get 106. And here again is that 16 of the tower. So it's letting you know, if you're not paying attention to this, this will be a tower that falls that you're going to have to dig yourself out of. The other thing is, because we have this 0 here, this 0 is God, universe, higher power. It's the one vibration we can't control. But it's giving us a hint about this tower. It's letting us know that we should not focus as much on what's comfortable. Comfort. Wow, what is happening? There we go. Because 6 is all about comfort, but being on the right side here of this 0, it's saying that that's diminished. It's not as important. So it's not as important if you're comfortable or not. Being comfortable is not going to tell you what is stable and what is not, what is safe and what is not. But it's, and being comfortable isn't going to let you know if you are taking action in flow. But it is this new energy that's coming in that is going to give you the information that you need to be able to grow and avoid the falling of this tower. This feels like a very strong, powerful message for most of us. And like I said at the beginning, those that are highly connected to the Bible, you will want to look at these as your chapters and verses. Wow. Okay. Oh, hi. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Too late. Funny. You know my spidey senses peak when somebody comes into the space. That's so funny. All right, so let's look at this 9179. And it's interesting even that I said it that way. So 9179. So the first thing that we can see is that we have a portal happening here where these two 9 vibrations, because they're the same vibration, they want to be close to each other. And so the way that they're moving is creating like this portal space where it's like pushing that 17 out into the world and making it louder. This is interesting because 99 is the numerical vibration of the word ascension in English. So the raising of your energy, the raising of vibration. Also 99 is the numeric vibration of the word judgment. And if that's the judgment of others or the ultimate judgment, it all is encompassed in that word. And so it's like this ascension, or judgment, is bringing forth this 17, where in the tarot, 17 is the vibration of the star. And we go 16, the tower. So the tower falls, and you either have to dig yourself out of the rubble, or you watch the tower fall and you have a new view of the sky. And after that comes the 17, where now you can see the star clearly. You could see what the tower was preventing you from seeing. The new beginning, the new way of thinking, the new way of doing things, the new reality in the new world. So it's a saying that as we work to ascend, as we work to build our vibrations up, which tends to be the judgment of ourselves and what we have built for ourselves. We have to be discerning about what is actually holding strong and what is causing disruptions where it's like creating cracks in the foundation. Because either way, there's a tower to be fallen, which is crazy because this first set of numbers gave us the tower and it warned us of the tower. And this is now giving us what comes after the tower. Like, this is why it's important for us to be able to get through that tower moment, to remove ourselves from the tower so we can watch the tower fall. But even if we don't, to still take action in digging ourselves out of the rubble of the tower falling so that we can actually get to the star. So we can get to the brighter future that comes after. And we just talked about future. I like when that happens. So that's happening. What also is happening here in this vibration, which is funny, we have the 91 and we have this 79. Each of these are working together, but also separately. Okay. So I was trying to think which one we needed to start with. Let's go ahead and start with 91. So we just saw that 91 is the numerical vibration of the word or the name future, but also the numeric vibration of the word mirror. So as we are allowing this ascension and this judgment to happen so we can get to this place of the star. We're having to look in the mirror and reconcile within ourselves, um, and at the same time keep hope and a vision for the future. And then that takes us to this 79, because 79 is the numerical vibration of the word remember. So you are being tasked to remember who is in the mirror. What do you see in the mirror? But also remember your past as you move into the future. Very interesting. Also, um, these nines, so these nines together are this ascension or judgment energy, but each of these nines are also the energy of ending cycles. So ending the way that we think, ending habits, behaviors, anything that has been put in place that is continuously impacting us. This can also be systems and structures around us. So like the governmental structures, but also family structures. There might need to be some ending of the cycles of how these things are impacting us. So that we can actually step out of that tower and get to this place of the star. This is an interesting message also, and it does seem like it's very much right along with this other message that we got. And then if we take the 91 plus the 79, we get 170. So now we are getting the 17 of the star again, where we have the star here, but here, because this 0 is all the way to the right, it's enhancing the 17. It's making the star bigger and brighter. And this 0, remember, is that vibration of God, universe, higher power. This is like the universe blessing the star. So whereas up here, we were seeing that it was necessary to get the message from the universe that we need to disregard how comfortable or uncomfortable we are, so we can allow the new information and the new things to come in, the new energy to come in. Here, now this 0 has moved into a position where it is enhancing and blessing the outcome of surviving that tower, of working through that tower, ascending in our vibration. It's making that what is to come, the future, bigger and brighter. It's making the star bigger and brighter. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, where's our list? Oh, here we go. That was good. That was really good. All right. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything to add to that last message as I get some water and catch up in the chat. And then we will do our last topic, Jay-Z in LA. Oh. Oh, Noah, make sure you are listening to Rumple. She's giving you some really good advice. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you did just miss 10-10. And that's funny because what we're talking about next is 10-10. And we've already talked about 10. Good. I'm glad, Noah. I'm glad you could make it. It's good to see you. I'm glad all of you can make it. It's wonderful to see you in the chat and also those that aren't in the chat to just feel your energy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's talk about Jay-Z in LA. So there's been all this talk about the most recent concert that was in New York. And all of the different celebrities that were brought out on stage with Jay-Z's concert or during Jay-Z's concert. And so then that moved into this discussion about, well, what about when Jay-Z goes to LA? Would we expect to who would we expect to see come out into that space? Oh, thanks, Noah. Good. I'm glad. So, I'm trying to see, where should we start? Um, it doesn't feel like okay, here's where we'll start. So we'll start with just Jay-Z's name, because there's a couple of things that are happening here that I think are really important to point out. So if you look over yonder, like a sticky note or something, so that I can remember where it is. But if you look at our little code book that's up there, you can see that Z is the 26th letter. And 26 is, yes, we're in the year 2026. So we can put that down here. We can put all our little information tidbits. So we're in the year 2026. So this is a good connection point for Jay-Z, where just like we saw with Future, because his name resonated at that 10, that it connected to this year, where 2026 adds up to a 10, and it can amplify that vibration. The same thing is kind of happening here with just the 26 in the year. It's amplifying this Z, but also 26 is the numerical vibration of the word God. And I put lowercase God because there was this discussion, and I'll probably have to pin this video also. But in my video about 2026 at the beginning of the year, I talked a lot about how this year was going to encompass this back and forth and some challenging of God, and also so the gods we create and have control over versus this zero, which is this God vibration and energy, where there's the God that's the higher power that is the universe that we don't have control over at all. It chooses to bless us. We can choose to listen to it because it's still going to give us the information that we need. But we have no control over it. We can't choose how that energy moves or how that vibration interacts with us. We have no control. But this 26, this lowercase g God, these are the gods that we create. These are the people, places, things that we put in a position of having a higher placement in our lives that can impact our decisions. In this case, we have control over this God. We can choose to no longer see somebody in a godlike form, to no longer see them as like an idol. We also can shift our perspectives so that we no longer see a particular way of thinking or an idea as godlike. When we have too many of these lower G gods in our life, this is when we can very much feel like we are victims to our own life, because we've placed all these people and things and ideas and behaviors above who we are and outside of what we think is our control. So then we become like the victim to life and not person that is actually in control and moving through life. So I guess don't see Jay-Z as a god. Remember, he's just a man. I don't know. That was important to say, but I don't know why it tied in. But then if we do the whole thing where we look at, because Gay is 36. So if we look at this, Jay-Z's vibrational name is 62. And 62 is the numerical vibration of the word shift. And we've been talking about for recent years that hip hop is in a place of shifting. We already looked at and saw how it's preparing to transition into that wisdom phase. I don't know, where did I draw it? There. Oh, I got it so quick. I'm good. Where hip hop is preparing to move out of this power square into wisdom. And that is a big part of this shift that we're feeling. But with Jay-Z's name resonating the same as the word shift, it means that anything that his name is attached to, it's also going to feel like it's attached to the shift that is happening in hip hop and in that hip hop space. The other thing to be aware of is that you can see shift at 62 is a mirror image of this 26. So it means that looking at Jay-Z, whether you like how he looks or not, but also his activities and what his names are attached to, it can be an image, a reflection of a lesson that you need to learn. Of where have you put these gods in a space where it's victimizing you. So, for example, there's been these discussions about Jay-Z teaming up with Target. But at the same time, where the black communities have been protesting and boycotting Target for over a year now. And so his activity in that space with that event is having us have to look at how does that reconcile with what we see as a higher set of morals and standards. So that's just what is happening within the vibrational space. That's why this is coming up this way. Oh my gosh, Rumpel. Jay-Z is not 62 yet. He is old though. he is he is getting close there. Oh my goodness, it's funny. So we were talking about Jay-Z because talking about the concert and all the people that he brought out, and like the star-studded affair and event that it was, and then thinking about when he is going to LA and who could he potentially bring out and have on stage with him. We now have to look at it as this activity, whoever he brings out, and whatever he says, like in his freestyles, we are going to highly associate it with the shift in hip-hop just because his name is associated vibrationally with that word shift. But it's interesting because Jay-Z is supposed to be in LA. The LA concert for Jay-Z is October 23rd. So it's in October of this year. October is the year of huge portals. Huge portals. Because, oh my gosh, 2026 adds up to a 10. So all 10 vibrations are getting highlighted and are amplified, are louder. There's bigger energy and more happening in those spaces wherever this 10 vibration is. It also has that 0 where it's getting that blessing from God, universe. So that means October as the 10th month is the most energetic of this year. It's the most highly energetic of this year. It also means that the portal days that happen in the month of October are the biggest ones we have all year. So every month we have it where it's usually the month and the day that are the same. And so just like we saw with that 9 portal, where those energies want to be next to each other and they're getting amplified. Every month has that. So like in July being the 7th month, it'll be any day that adds up to 7. So 7th, the 16th, and then we have the 25th that's coming up will be another portal day. In October, we will have portal days much more regularly, but this 1010 portal is the one that is highly energetic. Highly energetic. Where there's a lot of energy pouring into the space. This 10 is extremely loud. Okay, Rumpel, the 14th is very, very important. And the 19th. So this is a huge day, but also this whole month, because this means also that every single day in October, sound familiar? Come on now, I know you know. Every day in October is within a portal, because October being the 10th month, and we are in a 10-year with 2026, these are creating a portal space for every single day. So not only do we have this huge portal vibration on 10-10-10, but every day is getting amplified by this 10 portal. Oh, but wait, there is more. We've also seen 23 is the vibration getting amplified on this day, and 23 is the numeric vibration of I am, identity. And a change and a shift in identity is what's getting amplified on this day. Yeah. Oh, but there's more. So also remember that hip hop just came through its Chiron return, which was also in Aries. It also was in Aries around identity, the identity of hip hop and what how it's perceived, and preparing to go into the space of legacy. I want to show you. Let's see, what should we look at first? Because this, I did put some stuff together. All right, so let's look at this. These are these are the charts, the astrological charts for everybody for these days coming up in October, for the main portal days, which would be the 1st and the 10th. Also, probably the 28th. But the 1st and the 10th are going to be the big ones. The 10th in particular. So let me make this. Why? Okay, there. Haha. Just kidding. I did it. So this is the 1st and the 10th. These are the big, huge portal days. And you can see there's a whole bunch of energy that's happening just on these days. So all of these lines are very much they're the interactions between the planets. So how the planet's energy are working together to bring different things forth, like to bring things about. And we see that there's quite a few of these oppositions, where it's these balancing acts between these vibrations and these energies of these planets. Here in these oppositions, you have not there. What are you doing? So over here, here's Pluto in Aquarius. This is the planet of transformation. And then it's in opposition to Mars, the planet of action. So there is a balancing of energy between taking action and the transformation that needs to happen. There also is this balancing happening between this is Neptune, which is in Aries. So the dream, but also the dissolving of the illusion of identity, these illusionary identities. And it's being balanced with the sun, which is the spotlight. So this is on the 1st. This is just for everybody in this portal, where we are just seeing this happening. Here's the 10th, which is really interesting because the 10th, we don't see, we do see a lot of these aspects, but what's really happening is it's like you can see it. It's crazy. It's like the planets are creating this portal. Look at this. Like they're all spread around here, like creating this portal, and this is opening up in the middle. So there's not as many aspects for the reason to open up this portal space. Now this is for everybody. So this already is crazy. This is a lot of big, huge energy that's happening at this time. Now I want to show you these days for hip hop specifically. So what on these big, huge portal days, how is hip hop's energy directly being impacted? How is hip hop's energy in really working with these big, huge portal day energies? Here we go. Oh, wow. Ah! Okay, there you go. Yes. I'm magnifying all kinds of stuff. But look at this. I saw this. I was like, what? Uh-huh. Don't even know what to say because this is crazy configurations in here. So we first have on the 1st of October, we have this trine. So, that's terrible. We have this trine here, and a trine is these big, huge energies in the same elemental space. So this purple is it's an air trine. And air, the element of air is the mind. So it's a huge portal space of the mind. Opening up of the mind in really big, huge ways. It gets even crazier because this trine is made up of Pluto in Aquarius from where it is right now, and Uranus, the planet of revolution, in Gemini. And over here, it's hip hop's. I know I'm using all the same color. Hip hop's Pluto in its birth chart. So it's got a double dose of Pluto energy, of transformation, a double dose of transformation. So the transformation in just the general energy for everybody is highlighting and putting a spotlight on the transformation of hip hop mixed in with the energy of revolution. Crazy. Oh, okay. If you don't want to say Uranus, you could say Uranus so you can get a good giggle. Happy now? Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Then we have another trine here. Right here. Ah! So we have another trine that's exactly right here. Like, creepy. This crap is creepy. And this we are looking at, this is just for hip hop. So for hip hop's vibrational architecture and energy on these specific days. We have another trine here where this green trine is a water trine. And water is the element of the emotions and the heart. So we have here the mind working with the heart. They're both bringing in big, huge energy and highlighting the space. For this water trine, we have hip hop's Neptune. So hip hop's Neptune, which, is that planet of dreaming and illusions. We also have Neptune over here. So this Neptune is in Scorpio. We also have this general Neptune in Aries with over here, this point is what? This is Mars. Yeah. Well, it's a combination. This one over here is General Mars with hip hop's Mercury. And hip hop's Mercury is the communication space. It's how it communicates. And so we have another trine here of the heart, bringing this energy in. And then you can see on the 10th here, we now have these trines turning into these multiple oppositions. And those are the highlighted areas by the 10th. So this is actually pretty crazy. So this is why I have said that in hip hop, there's something really big coming on the 1st and on the 10th. So around October 1st and around October 10th. Like very big. Very big. Coming into that space. Because that's what this energy is saying. And over here on the 10th, to have this means that as all of these planets are creating this portal space, it's the star. So here we have again the star. That's 17. The bright sky after the tower has fallen is coming into the hip hop space. The star is coming out and will be seen. And then right after this is when Jay-Z is in LA. You can't tell me anybody planned this. You cannot tell me anybody planned it like this. Only God, the universe, is able to do that. Because this is crazy to see. But you know who is very good at reading into these prophetic times? Yeah, we have multiple of those artists within the hip hop space. Those are who we will see at these times. This is crazy. Yes, this is insane and it's very cool. Let me show you. I did pull the chart for the 23rd cuz I wanted you to be able to see. Like it's not as dramatic as these. Let me see. But by the time we get to the 23rd, so these big, huge things in hip hop are opening up in this space starting October 1st. And it's already a big, huge, energetic time for everybody. It'll be even bigger for hip hop. And then by the time we get to the 23rd in LA, this is what hip hop looks like. This is what hip hop's chart looks like. You see, we still have the air trine. So the mind is still working on overload here. And one of these air signs is Gemini. And we still have these oppositions creating this star. So where there seems to be opposition, these energies are actually coming together to be projected and highlighted in this portal space, in this portal energy. And it's very much around that I am energy, the identity energy. So in October, we get to see not just some big, huge, beautiful things happening in the hip hop space, but it's when we will begin to see the legacy identity that hip hop will be building. I'm excited. I think that's cool. Oh, Josh and Rumple, you all crack me up. Yes, LT, time to wear your best. Because this hip hop's going to be putting on some shows for us in October. It's very exciting. It's extremely exciting. All right. I think we got through it all. Look at us go. Yeah. So you heard it here first. Because I've actually been saying it for months. But October, around October 1st. So like the 27th of September to like October 1st. And then around the 10th, that's a tighter window. So it'll be like the 8th or 9th. Or right after, like the 11th or 12th. Those are the windows for big, huge things happening in hip hop. So, what did I say? September 27th to October, probably like the 4th, where October 1st is the big, huge one. And then October like 8th till like October. Ew. What am I writing? Until October 12th, where October 10th is the big, huge day. That's when big things will be happening. And what's interesting about these kinds of events is that it's not, it could be something that is revealed later on. So something can happen in these time periods in hip hop that we find out later on was pivotal in shifting its identity and preparing it for that wisdom place. So we get surprises and reveals for a long time from this moment in time. I'm excited. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh, are we ready for our wheel to spin our wheel for our vibration for this week? I'll get some water while you celebrate the spinning of the wheel. Oh, is Josh being inappropriate again? Oh, Rumple, it looks like you started that though. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel. Let me find it. Ta-da! All right. Here we go. Yeah, I knew that was coming. All right, here we go. Let's spin that wheel. Woo! Here we go. Oh, it's still going. So much spinning. 471. All right. Let me get back over to our whiteboard and turn off our little wheel. So 471. So as I'm getting us to a place to write this down, I will reiterate. We spin that wheel. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Ruffle. You put it out there. Yeah. You did it. I was gonna say it, and you caught it first. Oh yeah, no, it's good. So we spin the wheel every single week to be able to get this random number or vibration that we want to pay attention to throughout the week. And so this will help us to begin to be aware of the vibrations and the energy that are around us and trying to get our attention. And with that awareness, we can start being more intentional in how we are using our energy and the energy around us. Because the goal is to be intentional. We're not trying to just float down the vibrational river willy-nilly. We're trying to get to a place where we are able to be intentional about where we're going and how we're using that energy. Oh my gosh. And so this one we wouldn't see as a time, but so that means you would look for 471, but you could also look for the themes within this vibration. And so one is all about new energy. So look for this week where there's new ideas, there's new thoughts, there's new behaviors. Something new is starting to spark and take place. This is not the like, oh, it was started 2 months ago. This is like, oh no, it starts this week, or you just hear about it this week. It's something new, some new piece of information. The other thing is this 47 is the numeric vibration of the word time in English. And so this theme of time, where there's time keeps coming up in discussions. Time is important. That would be on theme with this. We also have talked about this 7 around it being this action and flow. So it's the action in flow, like, is it taking action at the right time, in the right way? And so because this 7 is there, now it's looking for these actions that are in flow. How are these actions in relation to time? Also, stability, or the foundation of things. How does these actions that are being taken at the right time or at the wrong time impact the stability? This also, when we add this up, we get 12, which goes to a 3. And 12 is a change in perspective. This doesn't feel like a very strong vibration. It feels more like any change of perspective you would get from this new energy, not necessarily over here with the 12. So we want to pay attention to this vibration throughout this week, and really see how are we really interacting with these vibrations, and how are these vibrations impacting us, but also how are these vibrations interacting with our energy. And so that's what we want to pay attention to this week. So we're looking for this 471 this week as we move through our spaces. Yeah, and it's really interesting that we have this time element here. And just because somebody special was born on that day, we could see variations of this vibration also. So if we saw this as 714 as a time, it is also going to relate back to this vibration. So a lot of these vibrations do move in a way where we haven't used pink today, where we have it like this, where it's 1, 7, and 4. So all the variations of the weaving. So these vibrations weave together. And so all of the different ways that these vibrations can weave together are really telling a similar vibrational story. So while we have 471 as like the vibration that we're actually looking for as we go through the week, this also could be 147, 174, 417, 471, also our 714, and our 741. And I'm glad I wrote it out this way, because I just noticed this also. I was about to end and then I noticed this. And so of course I have more. I gotta say more. But this 174 is a very big, loud vibration right now. In that, this 174 is the numeric vibration of the phrase Uranus in Gemini. And we've been talking about this Uranus. Yes, you could say Uranus if you want a good giggle. Just for you, Rumple. Is a really big deal right now because it just moved into this place in the end of June. So it just moved in here June 30th. And Uranus is this planet of innovation, technology, but also of revolution. Revolution. Excuse my spelling. It's bad. So we have this innovation and revelation in the area of Gemini, which is communication, but specifically social communication. So, like social media or one on one conversations or small group conversations. We have this happening at the same time that we have Pluto over in Aquarius, where Pluto is the planet of transformation. So big, huge changes that we can't come back from. And Aquarius is the energy of like power to the people. So we have this combination happening. So innovation and revolution in the areas of social communication during a time when we're getting transformations around the power that the people hold. Wow. And that is related to this vibration that we'll be looking for, this 471 throughout the week. So, wow, it's going to be an interesting week. So we want to make sure that we are definitely looking for this new ideas, these new energies, because that also is this innovation. And revolution is the push and the fight for innovation, for something new, for something to change. So this new, we would expect to see, we want to look for the innovation. What are the thoughts, the behavior, the shifts in the way we live life that are right on time with this 47, which is time in English, and having that action and flow. So where do we see new actions, new innovative and revolutionary actions that are right on time to help with the transformation of the power that the people hold? We've been talking a lot about the freedom of speech and this realization that people have more power than they think. And the planets and the energy and the vibrations are all saying the same thing, that it's time to be innovative and revolutionary in how we communicate with each other, and also how we are transforming to bring the power back to the people. Yes, nope, you got it. You got it. You got it, LT. Yep, that's another thing that's really important. Wow, this energy is powerful. We're going to be looking for some powerful things this week. No, you got it, cuz this 471, when we look at the 47, it 4 and 7 adds up to an 11. And then if we bring this 1 down, now we have this 111, which goes to 3. But here's the other crazy thing. 111 is the numerical vibration of the word retrograde in English, which we've talked about because Neptune just went into retrograde. So retrograde giving us a different way for the energy moving and seeing things and the energy and the vibrations from a different perspective so that it dissolves the illusions of what we thought were real. It can dissolve it away. And the word illusion in English is also 111. Whoa. Okay. What do we have coming? Also, just for the fun of it, the English word of strength, because whatever is coming, we got to have some strength, is also 111. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's more coming. So, another one that is 111 is a purpose. So, to have a purpose in what we're doing, to be intentional with what we're doing, which is the whole reason why we get this random number every week, is so that we can become aware of the vibrations and the energy around us so that we can be intentional in how we are using our energy and interacting with other energy outside of us, and how we're using energy to create our lives. So it should have a purpose. You can't have a purpose without having intention and being intentional. Yay! That was a good one. Oh, that was fun. Wow, we had some good times today. Where's our list? I want to make sure we got all our list, but I don't know where it went. Oh, I passed it. There it is. So we went through our vibration from last week. Yep. We talked about the future album and what energy that is bringing into our space. Ruffle. I do. I do love long goodbyes. We talked about Jay-Z in LA. Yep, we got everything. We are the superstars. We embody the 17, the superstar. There you go. There's your song, Rumpel. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to put up our closing slide so we can close out the space. This was such an amazing conversation. We had a great day today. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Rumpel, I drank so much water. Stop. No, I'm not singing the closing statement. That's too much. That's too much. So we had our opening statement that opened up this safe space for us to discuss and let the energy and the vibrations come in. And now we will close it out. So here you go. Please apply the vibrational healing you take with you. and come back soon for another healing dose. Always remember, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. You are love, you are healing, you are whole. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your night and the rest of your weekend, and a wonderful week to come. I will be back live again on Wednesday on Twitch, where you can bring all of your own numbers and words and phrases. And then I will be back on YouTube Friday. Oh, wait. And then Thursday, we have a new series also. So I'll be there. You can find me. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. And this is the end of my long goodbye. I love